Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chukka Santhaiah, Associate Professor of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today we discuss about the machine learning concept, that is concept learning. In this concept learning, what we discuss about the concept as well as learning, how it works, as well as what are the various aspects, various points are there about the concept learning. The concept learning is nothing but a machine learning concept, and it has some formulation, and it has some specification, specific concept. For example, we take some general example to the specification. General example is parrot is a bird and elephant is an animal. But it come to the specific. Bird is a general, parrot is a specific, and animal is a general, elephant is specific. So we are come to the general concept to the specific concept from the machine learning. Whenever we discuss about the concept learning, we are mainly focused on what the basic or the main concept is there from the learning. For example, how the machine can be learned, how the machine can be described, how the machine can be recognized from the general concept to the specific concept, what it is called as well as what it is means. The concept learning can be formulated as a problem of searching through a predefined space of potential hypotheses for the hypothesis that best fits training examples. Here mainly, concept learning is a formulated problem of searching space, means we have defined, we are provided a problem space. That space, predefined space about the potential hypothesis, means it has some general and it has some predefined space, means from there we are getting some specific best hypothesis. Means for example, we have number of available resources are there, or number of options are there to play a game or win the game. From that we are select the best one. Means best one sense we have number of opportunities, hypothesis means number of hypotheses are there. Whereas come to the number of hypotheses, large number of hypotheses are there. From that we are select the best one. Means for example, hypothesis 1 is there, hypothesis 2 is there, as well as hypothesis 3 is there, up to hypothesis 10 hypotheses are there. Based on the problem, we are select the best one from the 10 hypotheses. Which hypothesis is suitable for the specific problem, or which hypothesis is suitable for the specific solution. Means based on that we are have some large search space, means number of hypotheses are there based on the problem. From that we are select the best one based on the training examples. Means here training examples is nothing but a collection of hypotheses, means number of hypotheses are there that are related to the corresponding problem or maybe fixed problem or specific problem. Right. Next, the target function that can be best map inputs to outputs, and all possible observations from the problem domain is called hypothesis in machine learning. Actually, what is the meaning of hypothesis there in according to machine learning? Actually, hypothesis is nothing but a assumption, or maybe or may not. It proposed. It is a correct, may not be correct. So like that, what it is, what is the definition about the machine learning? hypothesis. What is the definition about the hypothesis in machine learning? It is a target function that can be best map inputs to the outputs. And all possible observation from the problem domain is called hypothesis in machine learning. Means the hypothesis is nothing but it is best map input to the output. And all observations from the problem domain is called hypothesis in machine learning. Means your hypothesis is nothing but in machine learning, it is best map to the input to the outputs from all possible observations from the problem domain. Means the best hypothesis in this machine learning, it is mapping, best mapping, not only mapping, best mapping from the input to the outputs from all observations, possible observations. We are take one problem. From that problem, we can give the input as well as output. Means based on the input, we can produce the output also. So like that, we have some number of options are there, number of observable possibilities are there in defining the, we are finding some solution. We are finding the output for the input for the specific domain. Means it is best map from the input to the output based on the all observation, all possibilities about the hypothesis, all possibilities about the problem domain. It is called hypothesis. Means hypothesis is mainly focused on a best solution for the problem based on input to the output mapping. That is meaning about the hypothesis. Means it is mainly finding the best solution for the specific problem based on the best mapping of input to the output from all possible observations. For example, we are ready to go to the engineering college. Means after completion of the intermediate, you go for the engineering degree. Our aim is to become as an engineer. In that engineering, we have take some inputs. Means from your seniors or from your parents or from your colleagues or from your friends. And then from that engineering, we are mainly focused on computer science and engineering discipline. Why? Because to become a software engineer. Your object is doing engineering, the specialization is computer science and engineering, and finally, we become as a software engineer. From that, we are selecting some colleges. Which colleges are offered by the computer science and engineering graduate course to the colleges. From that, means all possibilities are there. Means number of colleges are there in surrounding areas or surrounding district or state. From that, we are select the best one. Means input. Means your main aim is become a software engineer based on the computer science engineering. So we observe for all. Our main problem is to become an engineering. So from that engineering problem, we are mainly observe the all possible observations about the all possible observations here means number of colleges. From that best college we can define. Best college you are selected. That is thing about the hypothesis. Means we have our main aim is to become a software engineer. Based on the software engineering, based on your main objective is software engineer, become a software engineer. We have some inputs. Main output is become a software engineer. Here input is for the computer science and engineering discipline is the best one for become a software engineer. Number of colleges are there, all possible observations. This number of colleges are there for the computer science and engineering course. But we select only best one from among the different colleges. We can discuss about the concept learning with some example. Consider the example task learning. The target concept days on which my friend Aldo enjoys the favorite water sport. Means in this example, we can take some example about the concept learning. How it is works. Means as well as the concept learning is also depends on the Boolean function. The Boolean function is nothing but it contains mainly two options, either yes or no. Means again we take the same example about the in previous about discuss about the parrot as well as elephant. We can represent the Boolean function about the general concept. Means, for example, I can say one statement. Parrot is a bird. Yes or no? Actually, it is a yes. So, whereas yes indicates it represents the 1. In case, again I can make a statement about elephant is a bird. It is yes or no? It is absolutely no. Why? Because elephant is an animal. So whereas if we can represent Boolean operation no function, it is represented as a 1. Means whereas come to the yes is represented by the 1 as well as no is represented by the 0 based on some general examples. That is about the Boolean function representation. So like that, in this example we take some water sport is a specific water sport, means specific game. Based on that specific game, we can take some nearly 6 attributes. That is about the sky, temperature, air temperature, humidity, wind as well as water as well as forecasting. Finally, we can include one more statement about the does he enjoy the sports, yes or no. And we take some of the days, means about the example about the 4 days. First day, second day, fourth day, third day as well as fourth day. Like that. Means the above table describes a set of examples, each represented by the set of attributes. Nearly 6 attributes are there. That is about the sky as well as sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, forecast, and final result about the enjoy the sports. Right now. Means the above table describes a set of examples of days. First day, second day, third day, as well as fourth day. 4 days are there. And based and dependent by the set of attributes, 6 attributes. That is about the sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, forecast, and enjoy the sports. Final result. So we take some 4 days as well as 4 attributes. Our main aim is the although is enjoy the sports, water sports or not. Our main object is we are finalized yes or no. Means some expression although person is enjoy the water sports based on the 6 attributes in 4 days. The first one is sky. Sky is first day is sunny. Sky's condition is sunny. As well as air temperature is warm and humidity is normal. Wind is strong and water is warm. And forecast is same. So there is no any abnormal condition in first day. Why? Because sky is sunny, some heat is there. Air temperature is somewhat in some warm, and humidity is also high, and water is also warm, and forecasting is same as it is. So automatically based on these 6 attributes, as well as 6 attribute values we are defined in the first day. Although is enjoy the sports day or water sport or not. Means based on these all conditions attribute values about the sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm and same. Means there is no any malfunction, there is no any defect on weather conditions. About the 6 attribute values. Automatically the final result becomes a yes. The always enjoy the water sport. Second day. Here also, here sky situation. Means sky attribute value is sunny and air temperature attribute value is warm and humidity is high and wind is strong, water is warm and forecast is same. So there is no any wrong attribute value. So automatically the second day is also enjoy the sports day. And third day means sky value, means sky condition is rainy as well as air temperature is very cold. and humidity is high, and wind is strong, and water is warm, and forecasting is change. So automatically main attribute, sky attribute value is rainy day. As well as air temperatures are very cold, very cool. There is now no chance for the enjoy the sports, water sports by Aldo. Why? Because some abnormality is there in weather conditions. So third day is not enjoy the means no. If third day is Aldo is enjoy the water sports, absolutely no. Why? Because attributive values change. Next, fourth day, sunny means sky is sunny, air temperature is warm, as well as humidity is high, and wind is strong, and water is cool, as well as forecasting is somewhat change. So means basically there is no rainy, as well as there is no any cool. So automatically the fourth day is also enjoy the water sports by the Aldo. Right. The attribute enjoy sports indicates that whether or not Aldo enjoy this favorite water sport on this day, specific day. The task is to learn and predict the value of enjoy sports for an arbitrary day based on the values of its other attributes. Means the Aldo is enjoy the water sport on the specific day or arbitrary. It depends on the values of other attributes also. Means we take some discuss about the three previous example about the 6 attributes or 6 attribute values. When you compare these 4 days, only third day is not enjoy the sports, enjoy water sport because of it is a rainy day, as well as it is a weather condition. Air temperature is very cold. So automatically there is no possibility to enjoy the water sport by the Aldo. That is the means the task is to predict the enjoy of water sports for a specific day, means on particular day, based on the values of its other attributes. The enjoy of the sports days also depends on the other values of the attributes. Other attributes and values. Right. Let us consider simple representation in which each hypothesis consists of a conjunction of constraints on the instant attributes. Means conjunction of the constraints, some conditions. Let us each hypothesis can be vector of 6 constraints. Means conjunction of constraints as well as some constraints is there. 6 constraints is there. Specifying the values of 6 attributes, that is about the sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water, and forecast. Some conditions are there about some sports. Right. For each attribute, the hypothesis will be either indicate by question mark is anything that any value is acceptable for this attribute. Specify a single required value. Example about the warm for the attribute, or indicated by null symbol, that is no value is acceptable. Here each attribute values you can represent by some indicate about some question mark as well as null value about the attribute values. It is accepted or not. Whereas we can image attribute values represented by some question mark. It is acceptable by any attribute value. Means it may be weather, it may be warm, or it may be rainy, or it may be sunny, or it may be cold, or it may be a normal, or it may be same. Any attribute values have accepted by the question mark. Means there is no constraint on that question mark representation. Why? Because any value it can be described, any value it can be defined, or any value it can be analyzed. So like that, automatically, whereas come to the null, means the null hypothesis, the null symbol is not accepted. It is not accepted any condition. Means here, the representation of the 6 attributes is represented by the question mark as well as null value. Wherever the question mark is represented by any value, any attribute it is accepted by the any condition. But whereas we are representing the attribute values by the null value, it is not acceptable. It is not access. Right. If some instance of x satisfies the all hypotheses, all constraints of the hypothesis x1, x, then x classifies x as a positive example. Whereas this x of x is equal to, whereas x is a hypothesis, h is a hypothesis, whereas x is a attribute value. Means the attribute value may be nothing but a sunny or warm or normal or strong, warm or same attribute value. Means here x is a either may be sunny, either may be warm, either may be cold, either may be high, either may be normal. That value. Right. To illustrate the hypothesis, Aldo enjoys this his favorite sport on the only on cold days with high humidity, independent of the values of the other attributes. Is represented by the expression question mark, comma cold, comma high, comma question mark, comma question mark. Here nearly 6 attributes are there. Either may be sunny, or maybe cold, or high. Remaining 2 means about the warm or normal or maybe same. Means every day is positive example is represented by the question mark. Means because it is represents any value, it is actually any value. But and no day is positive values example represented by the 0, 0. Means about the null value. Means on that day the Aldo is not enjoy the sports, water sports. But whereas come to this represented by the question mark, he may be enjoy. Why? Because he may be accept the all conditions question mark values. Means question mark is represents they accept the all attribute values. Means to illustrate the hypothesis that Aldo enjoy his favorite sport on the cold days with high humidity, independent of the values of the other attributes. Means here other values are there about the some cold as well as high in other conditions. Sometimes it is also enjoy based on the expression. Means whereas this here in this representation about the concept learning, whereas question mark is represents you can accept any attribute value. Whereas 0 means it is null value. Null represented by the no means the any attribute value is not accepted by the question. Right. Enjoy sports concept learning task requires learning the set of days for each enjoy sports is yes or no. Describing that set by the conjunction of constraint over the instant attributes. Means here the result of the enjoy the sports with Aldo is represented by the S. Means automatically describing the conjunction attributes instant attributes. Means it may be satisfied with some conditions. And it is accepted all times the conditions. So based on that conditions, it is enjoy the water game. In general, any concept learning task can be described by the set of instances over which the target function is defined. The target function, the set of candidate hypotheses considered by the learner, and the set of available training examples. Means the general learning, especially concept learning, can be described set of instances over the target function. Means defined. Means we are describing the set of instances in like our examples. 6 examples are there. From the 6 examples we are defined. In this example we are sunny means about the sky. Means that attribute value is sunny, rainy as well as sunny. May some specific values are there from that. It may be described some instances values over the target function. The target function, the set of candidate hypothesis considered by the learner. Means the learner is also focused on the hypothesis. And the set of available training examples. Training examples is available from that. It is maybe defined. As well as it is maybe predicted by the learner. The set of items over which the concept is defined as the called of set of instances which can be denoted by the X. Means the set of items over which the concept is defined is called the set of instances which is denoted by the x. Right. In current example, x is a set of all possible days. Means whereas x is indicates the all possible values. Possible days means about the 4 days. First day, second day, third day, as well as fourth day. Each represented by the attributes. Means the each day is represented by the sky attribute, air temperature attribute, humidity attribute, wind, water, and forecast. About the 6 attributes. The concept of function to be learned is called the target concept. Means the concept or function to be learned in concept learning, it is called target concept. Means which we denoted by the C. Means about the concept is denoted by the C notation. Means in the letter of C. Whereas x is indicated by some attribute value. Means about the, it is instance of the all possible instance. Means it is a x instance. And then C is a some concept, target concept. Right. In general, C can be any Boolean valued function. Means C can be any Boolean valid function. Means either may be yes or no. So it can be any Boolean value function defined over the some instances about the x. Means that is x is implies x is equal to C is equal C colon is equal to x is implies to be either 0 or 1. Means either 0 or 1 indicates. Means about the instant x. Our main aim is target concept. How it is defined. Means it is defined based on its Boolean valid function. Whereas C is equal to C colon means C is implies C is colon the x implies 0, 1. What is meaning about the C as well as what is meaning about the x and what is the meaning about the 0 or 1. Means it may be required target concept. Whereas C is represented with the target concept and x is represented with the instance of the example. Whereas 0 indicates some value as well as 1 is indicates one meaning. The current example, the target concept corresponds to the value of the attributes enjoy the sports. Means target concept is C of x is equal to 1. Means it enjoy the sport. Although is enjoy the water sports. Means automatically we can make a question means about the is always enjoy the sports? Yes, absolutely is yes. Means there C is represented by the target concept. Based on target concept, we are defined. We are predict the although is enjoy the sports or not. Whereas C of x is equal to 1 means one value. It is accept the all possibilities. Means automatically it is enjoyed by the although is enjoy the although is enjoy the water sports. Yes, it indicates Cx of is equal to 1 and enjoy the sports. Yes or no means yes, absolutely yes. Next, and C of x is equal to 0. If enjoy sports, no. Why? Because this C of instant value is equal to 0. Means about the sum whether now abnormal conditions in weather the although is not enjoy the water sports. So automatically represented by the 0 means C of x is equal to 0. And if enjoy the sports, no. That is meaning. Means here we can give the some instance. X is the instance of the some hypothesis. Whereas C is the target concept. And then based on the Boolean function value, we are defined target concept. Yes or no means. Whereas C of x is equal to 1 means success the game or success enjoy the water sports. automatically it is yes. Whereas C of x is equal to 1 as well as it is equal to yes means enjoy the sports, yes, it represents. And whereas C of x is equal to 0, if enjoy the sports, no. Why? Because its instant value is equal to 0 means it is null, not acceptable. Whereas come to the 1, it is accepted by the right. Enjoy the sports learning task. We can give some example. Instances x is equal to possible days. Means x is a possible day. Day 1, day 2, day 3 as well as day 4 based on for example. Possible days each described by its attributes. 6 attributes are there. Means sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water as well as forecast. As well as it has some each attribute has some its values, possible values. Means x is a possible value is equal to is nothing but it has some 3 values, possible values. Sky is a x for example. Instant sky is a some example. Its value is x day is x a possible day means here x is some possible day. Here x sky is an attribute with possible values means sky has 3 possible values. That one is sunny, cloudy and rainy. 3 possible values are there. And air temperature it has 2 possible values, warm and cold. And humidity also have 2 attribute values. That is about normal and high. And wind also have some 2 attribute values, strong and weak. As well as water is also 2 attribute values. It is about the warm and cool. And forecast is also have the 2 attribute values. That is about the same or change. Right. Hypothesis H is each hypothesis is described by the conjunction of constraints on the attributes sky, comma, air temperature, humidity, wind, water and forecast. The constraints may be question mark. Attribute question mark maybe question mark means any value will be acceptable, whereas question mark indicates. And null values means no value is accepted or specific values means whereas null values question mark in reference it may be accept the values, whereas come to the null value not accepted at any cost. It is also specific. Right. The training examples D positive and negative examples for the target function. Maybe D is a positive means D training examples D. That only becomes represented by the either positive target function or negative target function. So determine a hypothesis H is x such that h of x is equal to c of x for all x in x. Means x is instant at the body some attribute. So extents is small x is represented as attribute of some specific. Means for example hypothesis x of x is equal to c of x for all x in x instance. Means whereas come to the instance x is instance as well as x hypothesis x as well as target concept is also is equal to x. We can determine. Right. The learner represents the training examples, each consisting of an instance of x from x, small x from the capital X. Here, small x represents the attribute value, either may sky or wind or maybe 3-6 attributes about the sky, temperature, humidity or wind. Whereas small x, capped x indicates instance, means some days. Along with its target function value, c is equal to c of x. Instance for which c of x is equal to 1. It is called positive values. Positive examples are members of the target for concept or members of target means c of x is equal to 1. It is called positive examples. Are members of each target concept or it is also called target concept also. Instant for x for which c of x is equal to 0 means not it is null value. So what is automatically it is called negative examples or non-members of the target function. Means whereas C of x is equal to 1, it represents the positive examples or members of the target function. Target concept. But whereas come to the C of x is equal to 0, it represents the negative examples or non-members of the target concept. Means it is represents as well as it provides C of x is equal to 1. Means it is positive examples or members of the target concept. And C of x is equal to 0 means negative examples or represents non-members of the target concept. In order to pair of x comma C of x, means x is a attribute, whereas C of x is the attribute value. Means concept target concept. Means x is a attribute where C of x is called target concept. Describe the training example consisting of the instance x and its target concept value is C of x. We use the symbol D is denoted to the set of available training examples. Here D is nothing but a set of training examples. As well as where of C of x is nothing but a target concept value. And where D denotes the set of available training examples. D represents the training examples. And the problem faced by the learner is to hypothesize or estimate the C. We use the symbol H to denote the set of all possible hypotheses that the learner may be considered regarding the identify the target concept. And usually H is determined by the human designer choice of the hypothesis representation. And in general, each hypothesis H is in X means about the human design representation. A Boolean value function defined over some X is instance. That is X colon X is equal implies my yourself some mistake. Implies X is equal 0, 1. The goal of the learner is to find hypothesis such that target hypothesis is equal to the concept target concept for X is equal right. Means it represents the here we can try to justify or prove it the hypothesis target function is equal to the target concept target function. Right. Next one is concept learning as a such. The concept learning search as nothing but the goal of the concept learning search is to find the hypothesis that best fits the training examples. It is important to note that by selecting the hypothesis representation, the designer of the learning algorithm implicitly defines the space for all hypotheses that the program can be ever referenced and therefore can ever learn. Means the concept learning as such is nothing but to find the best hypothesis from the based on its training examples. Means to find the hypothesis and that must be best one for the training examples. And it is important to note that by the selecting any hypothesis representation, the designer of the learning algorithm implicitly defines the space of the all hypotheses that program can ever reference and can ever learn. Consider for example the instance X and hypothesis X in the enjoy the sports learning. Means here mainly discuss about the what is the main object of the concept learning as a such. Means the concept learning as a such is nothing but to find the best hypothesis for the training examples. Here we can reference mainly concept learning as such is mainly focused on to find the best hypothesis or best fit for the training examples among the different available hypotheses. And it is reference, and it is important to note that by selecting the hypothesis representation, the designer of the learning algorithm Implicitly defines the space for all hypotheses that program can ever reference and therefore can ever learn. So we take some example about this explanation, this concept explanation. Consider, for example, the instance X, and X is a instance, and hypothesis H in the enjoy sports learning task. Means we are discuss the, we take some example about the concept learning as a such. We discuss. So up to now, we discuss the what is the meaning of concept, what is the meaning of concept, and what is the meaning of concept learning, and what is the learning concept learning task with examples. About the main example is to learn a system is about the to enjoy the water sports, and we discuss about some representations, special attributes about the enjoy the sports or not, and based on some Boolean function, Boolean valid function. So up to now we discuss about the concept learning task and concept learning task. In next session, we discuss about the concept learning as a search with example. Thank you. Thank you, Nodal.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.